OKC, they gut out a 92-87 win to tie the series up 2-2. In that first quarter, though, y'all, both teams combined for 25 points in that first quarter, with the Nuggets only scoring 8 measly points. Insane. The last two to three games for both MVP finalists, they've been having their shooting woes for sure. After dropping 42 points in game 1 for Joker, in game 2, he's been shooting 6 for 16. Game 3, he shot 8 for 25. And then game 4, he shot 7 for 22. And by his standards, and he knows it, those are horrible numbers by his standards. And I think truly when we look back at it, I think it's really because that fatigue could be setting in for this team after a grueling 7-game series with the Clippers. And then, and again, I think, like I mentioned last week, they don't really play their bench. Their bench doesn't really, besides Russell Westbrook, they don't do too much with their bench at all. They don't touch their bench. Everyone's paying 35, 40 minutes, but it is the playoffs, so it is expected for these superstars, for people like Jokic, for Jamal Murray, all these guys to be able to, play a full game. But they definitely need to get their rest, and before they're looking behind themselves as well. These are the 2023 NBA champions right here. They have championship pedigree, so I'm sure they'll figure something out here. But with Aaron Gordon, like I said, one of the X factors for this series, he's been playing really well. He tried to reel the Denver back into this game after having a clutch performance in game 1 and game 3. He hit the game winner in game 1, and then he hit the game tying 3 in game 3 to send it to overtime, where they dominated the OKC Thunder in overtime. Aaron Gordon in game 4, though, he had 15 points to 16 rebounds. Now, Jokic's counterpart in SGA, he struggled particularly in clutch time these last couple games. I think he was like 0 for 7. I don't think he actually made a shot in clutch time. Again, like I said, y'all, clutch time is defined as like the last 5 minutes of the game. And so in game 3, he shot 7 of 22. And then in game 4, he shot 8 of 19. Again, though, game 4 was a gritty win for OKC. The bench played a huge role as players such as Cason Wallace and Aaron Wiggins, they knocked down a pair of threes early in the fourth to fuel a run for them. And both players had 11 points coming off the bench. Alex Caruso, as well, he was a key contributor down the stretch, playing stingy defense, and he also was poking the ball out of Jamal Murray's hands in the clutch as well. OKC, they had 12 points in the clutch to Nuggets 0. So in those last five minutes, again, the shooting woes for the Nuggets continued as they didn't score in the last 5 minutes of the game. Shea, he scored or assisted on 8 of the 12 clutch points in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Again, this is a super, super inconsistent series here with both teams. The Nuggets will need to come out firing in Game 5 and they need more support from the bench, in particular Russ, because, he had 6 points in this game. 2 of 12 shooting, 2 of 9 from three-point range. He had a plus-minus of -20. They need the guys, they need their guys off the bench. And then also he was in foul trouble as well. So just, after Russ, you need everyone else to, kind of step up on that bench to at least alleviate some of the pressure off of Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Braun as well. Braun, he played pretty solid yesterday too. And, they need help Jokic all around because, again, that fatigue, you can see it setting in for him. And, this might be another grueling 7-game series if both teams play the way they've been playing. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that for sure, y'all.